Okay, hello guys, welcome to Hill Studios again. This is Sanjay Oma, and lastly I got a great response on my trailer. Thank you for everyone who watched the trailer actually. Okay, now what I'm going to discuss right now is like if you follow me on Instagram or on Twitter, you will notice like I'm posting updates every day, like whatever the progress that I have done through the day, I'm posting it on Instagram at the end of the day. Actually, it will try to keep me. It will try to I will try to manage, and I can also tell you day-wise progress to you guys so that you can get updated on the game. So recently, I'm working on a game. What is that game? Is like it is like a sword fighting game where there will be two soldiers and they will fight on the top of the castle. Like suspense is like you never nearly fight. Like it is going to be a turn-based game, and I will talk more about the concept in the upcoming videos, but the main point of this video is to tell you guys what is the whole progress towards the week, and I will try to divide the entire progress into three parts. First thing is environment, next thing is 3D models and animation, next thing is game mechanics, which are very important. So initially I will talk about environment initially. So okay, let us look at the environment guys initially. So if you look at the environment here initially, you can find a terrain, right? Okay, let us go with terrain initially. Terrain is actually built like terrain was actually built using Unity's terrain in build editor. So I didn't use anything. I just one of my goals is like whenever player is walking, this is the game view. Actually, I use some pre-processing things, but one of the main view is like whenever player is walking, he has to feel that environment. He has to feel like, okay, I am on the top of the hill. To get the top of the hill, actually, one of the most important thing is like fog. Fog should be there so that we can get an exemption like, okay, I'm top of the hill. What is the other thing that believes you, like makes you believe that you're on top of a hill? Again, wind, right? So I added these flag shirts also. I'll come to them letterboards. So these are the hills guys, and I think they are looking pretty okay. I'm not saying they are pretty good. I can use some kind of rock kind of textures here, but I use it with green, and I also added some dirt texture. What it is not being visible, it is being as a shadow, so it is okay. And I got these trees prefabs, and the green texture is also from a asset package. Let me show you that package very fast. It is known as asset store. It is known as a fantasy forest initially. A free asset that you can get on asset store, and there is one paid version and free version. I just use the free version. Here is the free version, fantasy forest. I use assets from here, and if you can come across this thing, like if you come across these walls kind of stuff, I build them in Blender. So okay, I build these walls in Blender, and I also build this protection walls in Blender, and these walls in Blender, and it's a normal cube, right? So everyone knew about this. And I found these textures in internet, like I got this texture in internet, and I got this texture from textures.com, which is free for minimum resolution, I think so. So I downloaded it, and I also used the same texture on the protection walls, looking kind of good. And let us come to the next belief for me. Like whenever you're on top of the mountain, there should be flags, right? And these flags are like Lannister's thing. I don't like Lannisters in Games of Thrones. Nobody likes them anyway. Means there are some fans. So I downloaded image of their flag, and I applied it onto the plane. But you can see like they are moving, right? The flags are moving in a way such that we can assume that there is some kind of wind that is going on, right? And I used a shader for this thing, and where I found an shader tutorial by Unity, flag shader tutorial in YouTube, and it is really helpful. You can also check it out if you want. Okay, now that's about environment guys. This is the basic environment setup, and you can look at this one. You can get some bloom because a post-processing effect. Fog you can get in lighting settings. So that's it. There is nothing more to talk about this thing, and this is my day one progress actually, and mostly. And let us come to the next portion, 3D models and animations. Yep. And one of the animations, like now I removed this entire, like now it has been defining something like that. But if you like, let me go to. So this is my third day progress, guys. Third day progress is where I added a couple of animations to the model. left side, right side, and I learned something about blend trees, and the blend trees making it work a lot more easier, I feel like. And I added a couple of animations, and I added a third person controller camera using Cine Machine, and that's it. This is my third day third day progress mostly, and this is my week progress. Like I set up the basic player movement kind of stuff, and I also used a script from my previous game. If you don't know my previous game, it is known as Wild Shooters, which is going to be released in the Play Store in the upcoming week. So if you just want to make sure you check it out, I hope there will be link in description if the video releases. If it doesn't, make sure to just follow my Instagram for future updates. And that's it, that's what I did. And now the most important topic that we are going to talk about is 3D models and animations. So let's go to that one. It is not loading, we will wait some time, but yeah, that's mostly about it, guys. That is mostly about, and that's it mostly about the 3D models and animations. Now we are going to look at game mechanics. Game mechanics really really made me mad in the last few days. Game mechanics are really worrying me about. So one of the game mechanics that I really want to have is like people need to attack each other, and the attack should be realistic. It's not like something like it should be pre-planned, like within this much seconds you have to hit. Not something like that. It should be realistic, right? So that's what I have been working for after the completion of this movement script. So this is my 4th day progress, I think so. Yeah, this is one of my progress where I added where I displayed this thing, where I added physics to this sword. Let us see. Yep, you can see like it is much more realistic, right? How I made that one. So it is realistic because a player's sword is going to attack, player is not going to attack, right? So how I about achieve that, it is somewhat very simple. And sword, and there is I create an empty object which is known as a player sword, which is going to have a mesh collider in it. So what happens is that whenever player does any animation, the sword moves with the player. So whenever player attacks, the mesh collider also moves with the sword. So whenever the mesh collider attacks the other player, initially if the collision is detected, then it is going to happen. Since this a collider, it's going to have physics as well. So I did something like that, so it worked out pretty great. And I added a box collider for this mesh to attack other guys, and when others attack, our player should recognize it. So I added a box collider for our player too. I added a rigid body, and I also added a box collider for our player too. So when others attack, he is going to recognize this one. So that's it mostly, and that's it. I think that's it mostly about game mechanics and movement. I think you guys know it all. And he will just move and he will attack, and if the sword attacks with other guys, then he's going to like respond to that attack. Mostly these are the important game mechanics, and I worked on a lot of bugs really. Like sometimes the collisions will detect, sometimes the collision will not detect. Whenever the box collider is in the parent component, it will work. Whenever it is in the child component, it will not work. So it leads to a lot of bugs. Like it is not as easy as I'm explaining right now, making this entire process. But you did it. I think if we work on it long enough, I think you can do it as well. So up to now, the progress is like player, both of them can attack each other, and they can move each other, something like that. So they can attack each other. Sorry, I cannot show any attacks thing. Did I have anything? I hope I have something here. Newton style. I added this one. Like this is about the rigid body mechanics, and I added I hope this is a first person view of the attack. So let us see this one, so that you guys can get some idea on how it is working. So initially he is the enemy AI I made, and he is attacking us. Now we are playing an animation which is like forward impact kind of animation. And next we're going to attack him. Next we're going to attack him. Wait, like it is somewhat buggy. I improved it, but I didn't record it in the latest video. And let us see. See, now I attacked him. So this is something which I have done. And yeah, mostly that's it, guys. And that's it. This is a progress until now, and if there is any possibility, I will try to add the enemy AI which is attacking us, following us. I will try to add it if it is possible. I think we can do it, but let us see, guys. And I changed a lot of codes, so I don't want to mess it up again. So I think I may not do it because I avoided all of the root motions kind of stuff. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got some value. Explained all of the three steps that I'm working on, and that's it, guys. And if you have any suggestions regarding this game, how it should be developed, please post in the comment section. I will try to consider them. And make sure you follow me on Instagram for more and more updates and day-wise progress instead of following for week-wise. And every Wednesday I'm going to post something regarding my game video, and every Saturday I will try to post a devlog like what I did in this week. And so that's it. Thank you.